There we have it. There we have it. I'm honestly wondering if I should turn the lights out. I wonder how that would look for the ambiance. Let me know. What do you think? Yeah. I do kind of like that. I do like that. But let me see. Because I want... Let me try to figure out how I want to do the lighting situation. Let's see. Hold on. Let me see how I want to light this. I think that's as best as it's gonna get. Okay, welcome everyone. Welcome to and welcome back to Anonnie's Temple. Welcome to the Temple of the High Priestess for the Prophecy reading. You can call me Anonnie. I am a tarot reader, a channeler, and intuitive for divine source and Christ consciousness energy. I'm here to deliver the prophecy for you. I'm here sitting at the top of the mountain, ready to show you the way forward, ready to guide you about the prophecy that is upon you at this time if you continue doing what it is that you're doing. So I'm here to show you down the other side of the mountain through the rest of the forest so that you can successfully make it onto your next journey or wherever it is that you're meant to be. So thank you for joining me here at the temple. We do accept temple tributes here. You can find the tributes in the description box. These tributes can look like my Amazon wish list. That is helpful for me. That supports me, keeps the temple beautiful. We also have Cash App that is in the description box. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles. Thank you, Divine. Thank you, Cosmic Family. Ace of Pentacles and a star. Yes, thank you, Cosmic Family. That's so funny. So yes, so be sure to provide tribute to the channel to let me know that you appreciate the messages that I do, that you appreciate the work that I put into this channel and into creating this temple space for us all. So there's the Cash App, and then you can also check out my email in the description box for a personal reading. So I was just pulling cards. I wasn't interested in pulling on any energy in particular. And as I was pulling cards, I got this energy of someone that was outside of you, right? And so I kind of put the cards back and I shuffled again, and then I pulled from another deck. So I definitely feel here that this type of message, I don't think it's going to be about you. I think this is going to be about somebody that you know. Somebody that you talked to, that you recently talked to. I feel like this, in particular, I've noticed that when I pull in the evenings, the energy is less about the original earth angels and it's less about the temple goers, so to speak. And it's more about people who are thinking about you before bed, people who think about you in the silent moments during their day, people who are paying attention to you because life, the day-to-day hubbub has slowed down and now they have a minute to catch up with their thoughts and their feelings. So I feel like that's who I am reading about today. So once more, place it how it resonates as it may. Yeah, Ace of Wands here, okay? Someone around you, but what have you, I'll figure out the language specifically. But someone around you is experiencing a heavy creative block. Okay, and it's self-induced. All right, let's ring the bell and begin the service. Blessed be most high divine creator of all things unto me. Glory be to Source One. Thank you, divine masculine, divine feminine, spirit guides and guardians. Thank you for protecting me, angels, archangels in all ways. From malevolence, jealousy, and evil eye, that energy returns back to sender to their own demise. Thank you, most high divine creator, angels and archangels, for your divine sword and shield, which surrounds me and which protects me in all ways. From low and dense entities, energies, emotions, vibrations, physical and non-physical. Most high divine creator, I connect with you specifically and directly. Thank you, Source One of all things, at the highest frequency of love. You imbue me, you are surrounding me, and you are within me. I receive your divine messages with clarity. I deliver them with integrity, and I feel them with love. Ashe. I heard fairy queen. Someone thinks of you as a fairy queen. That's very cute. Yeah, Queen of Cups to the Page of Rods. I feel here that you may go somewhere and dress up as a fairy or dress up as a mythical creature, and someone will literally feel like you are that creature. Like they will feel like you are that creature, you have that DNA. For those of us who feel like we are a part of some fairy DNA or elven DNA, okay? I feel like someone here will look at you, like I'm seeing like a literal moment in time when someone looks at you and they realize that you have like starseed DNA or extraterrestrial DNA, or that you have some type of DNA where it seems like you're not only human. Okay? I'm hearing the name Jessie James, which I believe she is an English vocalist, an English singer. But maybe somebody's name is Jessie or somebody's last name is James. I'm also hearing the last name Wiley, like Whiley or Wiley. And there's also, this is bizarre. So I'm just going to channel, okay, everybody? I'm also hearing something about borders or border control. Even somebody who has a border collie. But there's something here about border control. Like somebody cannot physically cross over the border, any border over the United States. Like somebody cannot physically leave the United States. Almost like they have some type of probation or they have like an ankle bracelet, something like this. I feel that someone has like a desire to travel or a desire very much so to leave the United States, but I'm hearing something about border patrol. Or there will be they will increase border patrol or border security for people leaving the United States within the next 3 months. Yeah, I think they will. With the devil energy coming out there. I'm hearing suspicious. Yeah, the devil ace of wands. I suppose I will say that for someone who's around you, they want to leave the country, but I feel that border security will be increased and they will be pointed out as someone who's suspicious. So I don't know if that means that okay. Two of Pentacles, Six of Cups. It's going to be a mix up from somebody's past. Or they're going to I'm hearing like the rules may be a bit stricter or even more strict for people who want to travel outside of the United States within the next 5 months, 3 to 5 months. So I feel here that there are things I see coming in for you. And I also in some ways want to preserve them. Okay? So I feel here, I'll say it once more, that I think this reading is going to be about someone that you know, or I'm even hearing somebody that you used to know. Okay. So instead, I don't think, so instead of there being the expectation here that I will be reading about your timeline or what it is that you're experiencing, I think I'm going to be reading here about what's happening to someone that's around you. I am seeing there being a physical restriction that someone has here, and this restriction is legal, right? So there's been some type of legal judgment that says you cannot travel, you cannot do this, you cannot do that. Like there's a very physical restriction in someone's um ability to like physically go somewhere or to physically go outside of the United States. We have the Seven of Pentacles here with the Eight of Cups. I'm even hearing that like they need some type of advanced permission to leave the United States. So yes, I feel like this is some type of probation or like an ankle monitor that someone has where they need to get paperwork completed to say that they're an exception to this rule, or to say like it is necessary for them to travel outside of the United States. If somebody, if like you know who this person is or whatever, or this is advice for them, they need to make sure that they dot their I's and cross their T's on this paperwork. Because if it's not correct, then I feel like Border Patrol will be, or border security will be suspicious of them. Okay? And I feel like they will act on those suspicions without clear proof. I also see that someone you love is building a greenhouse. That energy has been quite pleasant. Thank you. Oh gosh, there's going to be a lot in this reading. I can feel it already. If you cannot tell, I've been somewhat tentative to even continue, because there are things that I'm seeing through my mind's eye, and then also there are things that are coming out in the cards. And I feel like I want to tell you that some people can very much witness, and they are viscerally experiencing consequences of their actions. Consequences for their actions, their belief systems, the ways that they treated you, and the routine that they maintained of how they treated you, and then maintained that and continued to treat other people like how they treated you. People here are, some people, these people here are, they're very much so experiencing what people just will generalize and generally say is karma. There's even someone here who's saying they feel like they opened up the doorway to hell in their life. Like they literally opened that door with their physical hands, and now like hell is, or now like they're saying hellfire is raining down on them. That's how someone here feels. But it's like they knocked on the door and then nobody answered. And so they literally decided to put their hand on the handle and open that door. So I feel here like someone literally was playing with Pandora's box, and they thought that it would be cute to try to open it. And now it's not so cute anymore. It's not so cute anymore for them. I'm going to put this energy back in the deck, okay? We're going to put that back in the deck. And see what else is here. There's something very strange here about how someone, they showed me this image of someone who was like doing spell work, or they're conjuring, and they literally like poured something on their hands, or they take their hand and they put it into a pot of some type of brew, or some type of brew with candle wax in it, something like that, so it will coat their hands. I don't know if this is like glamour work or what have you, but there's been some, it's okay, it's interesting. It's almost like they stick their hands into this brew so that they can travel interdimensionally in some type of way. Because what I'm physically getting here is someone was messing in the in-between space, right? So, like, I don't know if it's the dream states or they were astral traveling, but I feel here like they create some type of brew and then like stick their hand in it as though they are sticking their hand into another reality or like a parallel reality. And I feel here like they were looking into this brew, or they were trying to channel on top of the water that they stuck their hand within, and they literally opened up a door that like scared the shit out of them. And I feel here they don't know how, they don't have the power. They're telling me they don't have the power to close this door back. So it seems that they are the ones who like opened up Armageddon, so to speak, but within their own reality. And they're telling me that people are staying away from them. It's as though the spirit or the soul within the people around them can sense that something is wrong, that something is up with them, or that like it's almost like there's an instinct. There's some type of interdimensional instinct that the people around them are picking up on even without their conscious recognition, that someone has done something forbidden, or someone has, this person has called a forbidden force into their life. It's almost like there's an instinct here that human beings don't necessarily consciously, they're not necessarily consciously aware of. Okay. Let's see what else is here. Let me grab another deck. You know, I wasn't exactly planning on going live today. Not necessarily today, but I would say more so in particular at this hour. The Hermit, the Ace of Cups. It's interesting. I even feel here, this is going to be a bizarre way to say it, but I even feel here that someone who had no business trying to get in touch with your heart space energy got like hellfire raining upon them because they were never, it's like they so to speak, it's like they didn't even get past the first room in the Chamber of Secrets. They got completely ensnared in, what is that, like the devil's snare? Something like this. Like, I feel like someone tried to move interdimensionally to get in touch with your heart space energy, and they should have never tried to do that. They had no business trying to get in touch with your heart space prematurely and without your permission. And I feel here that there was some form of like hellfire that they unleashed onto themselves because they had no business and they had no right and no permission to even try to look your way to assess what your heart space energy is. Okay? There's a juvenile energy here, where someone gets a hold of magical practices or occult practices and they think that it's cute and they think that it's fun, as though there aren't any type of spiritual rules or bylaws that they need to adhere to. Okay? This person may actually, Ten of Swords. Ten of Swords. I'm going to say something here because I'm channeling, all right? Ten of Swords and the Hierophant. That's exactly what I'm saying. The Hierophant energy here is going to discipline this person. Okay? Like this is coming across as like a divine deity or a divine god or goddess that is actually in the energy of wrath because someone tried to enter into your heart space energy or to even like witness it, and they're juvenile and immature and they were doing it for a stupid reason. It's almost like maybe if somebody does too much DMT, and there are these stories of when people do like all of this DMT and then like the guardians of that molecule kick them out because they're like, bro, get out of here. You're not supposed to be here. That's what I feel like happened with someone in reference to your energy. A guardian here was like, get the fuck out. You all right? Listen, it's after hours, so my language is going to match the hour, okay? That's what I feel happened here. And there's this energy of like hellfire specifically. And so, like, I'm not trying to wish this upon this person or this energy, but I think that they will experience a burn. Yeah, 10 of Wands, 4 of Wands. I feel like they will experience some type of injury that is a result of a chemical burn, they're telling me. Okay? And this chemical burn could physically happen on their hands because they shouldn't have been trying to open doorways or gateways that are closed to them anyway. Yeah. Okay. There could have even been some type of entity attachment that they don't recognize that they have that told them to do this. Okay, that's what I feel like is happening here. Like there was someone who was juvenile, messing with interdimensions. I don't know if they were doing DMT or some type of compound that takes people into altered realities, altered states, interdimensional states. I feel like they were doing that shit and they thought of you. And they were like, I'm going to go travel to you. I'm going to go travel to the collective. And I definitely feel here that there was some type of guardian who was like, who's benevolent to you. It could be a shadow guardian with the devil energy here. And they looked at this person like, can you get this, like, I don't know, like, can you get this worm out of here? Like, can you get this, like, something like that? Okay. Like, I'm not going to use the same words that this entity would use. I'm not going to repeat it. Okay. But it's like they tried to approach some type of doorway, and this entity was like, get out. Okay. Yeah. Seven of Swords here with Page of Swords and a gate here. Okay. With the Two of Wands, like trying to cross a threshold. They were being watched by this entity. And I even feel here like this entity could, I'll say it this way. I feel like this entity protects you, Divine Collective, okay? And I feel like this entity could be a shadow entity or from like a lower vibrational realm, so to speak. Something like this. And this type of being that protects you can see right through the intentions of whoever's trying to enter. That's why they're a guardian. So they watched this person act stupid, be stupid, try to just take a bunch of whatever it was so that they can be like astral traveling, whatever. Page of Swords to the Seven of Swords. It's like they watched this person be an idiot. This being, this devil energy, this being is actually a bouncer, they're telling me. And it's like when you have some drunk 17-year-old who got a hold of some alcohol and now they're trying to get into the club. It's like, you're a fool. You look like an idiot. To get out. It's like, this is for the big kids. You're not allowed to be here. Page of Swords, Seven of Swords. They could see through the intentions of this person, and it was really like Seven of Swords nonsense. Mm. Five of Pentacles. Yeah. They couldn't get in the club. They were stuck outside of the club. Okay. So, yeah, Ace of Pentacles here, Ace of Swords. That's a confirmation, a double confirmation. Thank you. It's really ridiculous. I feel like this person, I this is why I feel like there needs to be a lot of caution with these people promoting a lot of these substances and compounds that can take people into altered states, because people, as they can get a hold of them, but they don't have the level of spiritual maturity to manage or to handle them. And if they cannot handle themselves in the 3D as a human being with lightness, so to speak, with respect, with honor, with integrity, with dignity, they will go into these interdimensional spaces, and like the beings there that are of a higher or like a more revered spiritual rank are looking at them like they're stupid. They're like, I feel like this being is even literally trying to say like, then this bitch came to me, and they came back to the doorway, they came back to the gate and tried to give them an offering after the being had already told them no. It's like trying to offer a piece of pizza to a rabbit. Like, it's like, what is that gonna do for me? Whoever this being is, I feel like they have some energy of like a trickster to them, because it's like this human being thinks that they're going to trick me, and I'm literally a trickster deity. No. No. Denied. Okay? Yeah, look, denied. Ten of Swords to the Ace of Pentacles. If anything, I feel like if this being took that offer, it was on their own terms to unleash the hellfire onto this person who made the offer, this like immature person. So again, this trickster being tricked them. Like, sure, I'll take your offer, but it's going to be on my terms and conditions. And I feel like this person was so eager, they like felt like they actually got the better end of the deal, so to speak. It's like, are you dumb? They did not. Mm. Okay. Four of Rods here. And the Hermit, they told me a ghost. The Empress here. This energy, this entity, this being fucks with you hard in a good way. They said rebuke that. Okay, I rebuke that. That's not how I want to say it. This entity, this being, they are like ride or die with you, and they can't even die. We have the devil energy here and the Empress. Like, this is like, that's my homie, that's my girlfriend, that's my best friend. Like, so, like this person, this being, this entity has allegiance to you, Empress. That's how it seems. Like, it could even, this entity, this being could even see you as the Empress to the realm itself. You're connected to that deity, you're connected to that energy, or you are of that DNA, of that bloodline, of an Empress energy that rules over the underworld itself. So I feel like this being, this entity feels like it's even a duty. It is an allegiance to protect you. Okay? They said something here about how like this person could have a ghost in their home. That's what I got with the Four of Wands here and the Hermit. Like, there is a shadow being, or there is like Yeah, they said like a shadow being or like a shadow presence that seems like a ghost that is now like in their home. Okay. Nine of Wands. Yeah, Nine of Wands, Nine of Cups, and Ten of Wands. It's in their home, and I feel like it's creating, excuse me, I feel like it could be that this entity sent like a minion into this person's home to like tire them out, to exhaust them, to keep them away from their wishes and their wish fulfillment, to like create nuances so much so that like, yeah, to create nuances so that this person feels burdened and weighed down. Okay. Show me this here, please. Yeah, check this out. Judgment fell out on the reversed on top of the Hermit and the Four of Wands. Okay. I feel here that this entity, this being loves you so much that you didn't even need to ask for them to do this. It's like they already knew. I feel here like they're saying, it's my pleasure. It was my pleasure. Mm-hmm. Okay. Ten of Cups in the reversed as well. So what's happening here is wherever this person lives who tried to get into your energy, they're in a very unhappy home. I feel here like this energy, they're in an unhappy home. If they live with someone, it's an unhappy relationship. It may look good on the outside, but on the inside, it's terrible. There's a lot of disharmony and chaos or havoc that can happen. And it's because that's the energy of the beings that are cohabitating with them. Yeah, they're showing me it's the energy of the episode of SpongeBob where like SpongeBob went out into the wild, got a jellyfish attached to him, and then when he goes back to the pineapple, the jellyfish calls over his friends, and then those jellyfish wreak havoc in his home. That's what happened here. I love the SpongeBob references though. I feel like that explains it completely. This person went out, got something attached to them, brought it back to their home, and now this attachment is like that's what it's like. Okay. Ten of Cups reversed and the Five of Wands reversed with Judgment reversed. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, Two of Wands and Justice. So I'm going to close out the part of this channeling here. Okay. This is the scales being balanced. This is energy being made right. And I feel here that the jellyfish decided to help you with the Six of Pentacles here that fell out. And they're just having a grand old time. Okay. Thank you, messenger. I don't know who sent that message to me, but thank you. Okay, glory be source. Thank you for your protection. Okay, thank you all for liking and subscribing. If you feel like this message resonates with you. Any other messages you want me to deliver on this day? Maybe you've been watching a lot of SpongeBob lately, or that's one of your favorite shows. I don't know, homie. I don't know. Anything else here, Most High Divine Creator? Thank you. Oh, that looks like a yes. Okay. Yeah, that's a yes, honey. With the flying monkey coming out here, so let's talk about what's happening to the flying monkey. Ciao. Yeah, abuse and starseed. Let's talk about the flying monkey who thinks that it's entertainment to abuse the starseed. I feel here like this flying monkey is someone who is trying to like create some form of abuse surrounding what you receive and how people may like you. With the Six of Pentacles here, like how people naturally want to help you, how people are naturally giving to you with the Eight of Wands here. This is even giving that you have like a positive reputation, so there's some type of ridiculous flying monkey that wants to try to throw in a monkey wrench or something like this. Yeah, Page of Wands here. This is somebody really like juvenile again. A flying monkey as a Page of Wands is someone who will say something so like petty and ridiculous, like, oh, did you notice that their socks are different colors? It's like their life must be disorganized. It's like that's like the dumbest shit I've ever heard. Okay, this is somebody who's just saying dumb shit just to hear themselves talk. With the flying monkey here. Okay? Let's see what's going on. Let's see. So you're on your North Node here. Surprise child in the reverse and ancestors. Interesting. Tell me more about this, please. Thank you, ancestors. Imprisonment. Show me. Unexpected money. Yeah, that's a word. And they have single, sexy, and successful on the fence here. And then we have Three of Pentacles on the fence as well. Ooh, I have to plug in my computer here. Gotta charge it. What is this about the child in the reverse? Yeah, High Priestess. They want me to follow my intuition here about this message. What is this here about the child in reverse with surprise? Bondage and nice guy. That is bizarre. That is strange. Like someone's going to find out that they have a child that they do not want while they are in prison. Or someone in prison found out, like someone was incarcerated and then they found out that they had a child. Or I'm telling you here, someone will be in prison and they will have someone that is like burying their child outside of prison. That's really, really rough. You know what they're showing me here? They're showing me that someone's going to tell you about this, but it's going to come across like as a bit of gossip with the flying monkey and the Page of Wands here. And this, okay, they told me that this is like a shit stir, or like someone who stirs the pot, so to speak. Like, you know, when you watch The Real Housewives and there's always that, oh, I don't watch that show. I'm so proud to say I've never seen a single episode of a Real Housewives series ever. Because like, you know, I'm not gonna get into that. But they're telling me here, like there's someone who's stirring the pot and they're going to tell you like, oh, this person, like they went to prison. And then on top of that, you know, they have a kid on the way. Yes, they also have a kid on the way. Oh, child, I'm definitely reading this from someone else's perspective. Whoever this person is that's going to prison, they feel like you actually manifested that for them. Check this out. Queen of Cups in the reversed, manifestation with legal issues. Whoever you are, I feel like in some ways this person doesn't know how to take accountability for themselves, so they may blame you in some type of way. Also, if you're going to be involved in some type of legal issues or like whatever this person did against you, because there's unexpected money here with ancestors. So I feel like they want to let you know that there's money coming to you as a result of this situation, as a result of this person going to prison. I feel here like this person will try to play on your empathy and try to say like they can't go to prison because they have a kid on the way or because like their partner is pregnant. I feel here like this person's karma, okay, is out of your hands. It's not your responsibility to hold about whether or not they should go to prison. They were most likely or are most likely in a karmic relationship with that person they impregnated or that they are pregnant with anyway. It's not your responsibility to hold on to that. Okay? I definitely feel here like you are showing up as single, sexy, and successful here, but it's on the fence. Like this person feels like part of this is your fault. But again, it's because when people go to prison, they don't want to acknowledge that they're not the nice guy. They're not a nice person, so to speak. And I don't say that 100% of people, everybody who's gone to prison. There's like a very real like school to prison pipeline that targets certain populations of people. Okay. But I feel here in this instance, this nice guy is having his image of himself broken down by the fact that they are going to prison. With the bondage here and mentally and emotionally unstable, this person, it's like they can't even look in the mirror. It's like a Joker energy. Like they feel like they need to paint their face white and like all that type of clown shit because like they cannot handle seeing the truth of the reality of who they really are, who they act like, who they are. Okay? I feel here this person knows that they cannot get out of this. And that's the thing. And this is what they don't want to see about themselves, that they're an abusive person. What do we have here? Secret. Welcome to the temple of the high priestess. This guy, this dude, you know what this is? This is like one of those dudes who walks around and everybody thinks that they're like relatively friendly and relatively nice, but it's like they have like deep, dark secrets about them. It's that type of shit where like people will be like, that was my neighbor. And I had no idea that they were such a horrific, hideous human being. Okay. And I feel like this is someone who tried to direct that abuse towards you. Yeah. Like they thought about it. There was like, there was premeditation here. Okay. There's that aspect because premeditation is a legal term here. So I feel like with this person going to prison, there was a premeditated plan here. It failed, obviously. High priestess, welcome to the temple. It failed, obviously. And now the ancestors are letting you know that there is a payout here for you. For like any pain or suffering, or literally just for like this person's incarceration, something like this. Okay. This is like somebody, yeah, real love, Ice King, Ace of Wands. It's a bit like twisted, mentally and emotionally unstable. Okay. I feel like it's a bit twisted or like, I'm not trying to create any fear here, divine. Okay. Emotional pain, 3 of Cups, opposition, ritual, thoughts ending. Okay. I'm not trying to create any type of fear here. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, I'm reading this from this person's perspective and you're showing up as protected by your ancestors. Okay. So they're bringing this message into you to let you know that this is going to bring in money for you. All right. You're not expecting this. Okay. Yeah. Concern and black magic. I feel here like this even has a little bit of like, I don't think I want to go that deep into it. Yeah, white magic. Thank you. Right after I pull black magic, we have white magic coming out. Okay? White magic and up in the clouds. So I feel like essentially this person's malevolence was KO'd by the white magic, so to speak, or by your ancestors protecting you, by your spiritual protective practices that you do, and because of your spiritual rank. I feel like just this person's kind of like a weirdo. Okay. What else do you want to show me here, Divine Creator, that is of benefit to the Divine Collective, please? Knight of Wands in the reverse. Oh, child. With the star seed, yeah, we don't like that. We don't like that. With the Earth Angel popping out here as well. With abundance in the reversed on top of the flying monkey. And karmic feminine on top of abundance in the reversed, with protection and the Knight of Wands reversed. Yeah, you see what I don't like about this with ritual and white magic. I don't know if I want to get this deep into something like this. Okay. This is what I will say. Whatever type of program it is that this person has here, I don't think that they worked alone because of why they're going to prison. I feel here like this is someone who also has a woman who's this flying monkey, this Queen of Cups in the reversed. There's a woman who will lure other women to this man. Okay? I feel like that's all that I want to say here. And like with the Knight of Wands in the reverse and protection, like you were protected from this person and their like depravity or like their depraved thoughts. Okay. All right. You can see why I don't want to get too deep into this. Okay. Let it be known that this person is going to prison for life. Bondage. Okay. There could even be something here where like there's evidence or there's no. Okay, thank you. I don't want to talk about that. Thank you. Okay. I keep hearing Usher. If I'm gonna tell it, then I gotta tell it all. And Nia cried when I got that phone call. I'm so thrown. I don't know what to do, but to give you part two of my confession. I think that this person, they'll be in court and they will confess. I feel like this person's going to prison for life anyway, so they're just going to confess about their sins. Ciao. Yeah. What did I say? Yeah. What else would you like for me to share here, Divine? Because like they're telling me that this message is coming through because some of you actually have a detective in your bloodline. And I feel like it's not in your living bloodline, so to speak. There's an ancestor here who served as a private investigator or some type of community private investigator or community protector or yeah, thank you. And this is also a part of like the being who protected you. But you have in your bloodline someone who's an ancestor who was also a detective. And I feel like that's why this message is coming through so viscerally and so clearly. Okay, is there anything else you want to show me here, please? distant future, Page of Cups, lust, conflict, and passion. Like, I do not like this person's energy. I feel like what they're saying here, give me one more for distant future, please. One more for distant future, please. False documentation and paperwork. And thief. Like, what the fuck is wrong with this person? With the 10 of Cups here, an emotional manipulator, and Page of Swords. I think I've had it with this energy. So thank you all for like bearing with me as I kind of tread through this. What they're saying here is, number one, this person's not going to change. I even feel like this is the type of person to have like a pen pal. This is what they're showing me. This person will even have a pen pal while they are in prison that they have manipulated to get money from them. You ever hear those types of stories where there are like men who are in prison and they end up creating emotional attachments to women outside of prison so that they can get them to send them money in prison to make their life in prison better? Like, I feel like this person, because of their entity attachment, they have these like urges. Yeah, 10 of pages. Okay. That's what I feel like here. I feel like they will literally have some type of pen pal that they will like emotionally manipulate over time because they're stuck in prison anyway. So I feel like this man, like, he's trying to entertain himself or something like this. So he's gonna like go use some type of app, go on some type of website, and like have some woman approach him on that website, and he's going to try to seduce her with his sexuality. He's going to play this emotionally manipulative game of like being affirmative towards her, saying that he's so attracted to her with this lust energy, and then like being angry, saying like, but like, you really turn me on. Why can't you just send me some money? Why do you have to play with me like that? Like, it's this person's not going to change. And I feel like with this bondage, nice guy, and emotional manipulation, that's why they are in prison. And so moto be, and so it is, bitch. Like, I feel like that's why this person needs to be in prison, because they're like a threat to the union. They're like a threat to society. Or not to the union. Thank you, divine. Like, I rebuke that. They're a threat to the nation. Okay? This could even, why? Am I done with this now? Can we be done with this now? They're showing me what this person does for work. 8 of Pentacles with occupation here. I don't know if this person is like some type of PIMP on the side. They told me that they could be some type of mobster, like something like this. They run with that crowd. Okay? I don't know why this I don't know how the hell you know this person. Okay, maybe that's what I should ask. But they're showing up as Ice King, Boss, and Real Love with 8 of Pentacles and occupation. Like, they're in the business of like, of what? I feel like they're saying here, like, this person loves what they do. Like, they're not going to change. Show me this, please, about this Ice King. Who is this? Who is this Ice King, please? Cool. Who is this Ice King, please? Okay, this is a different energy. All right? 6 of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. This Ice King is a different energy. Okay? Yeah, hello. Emotional pain, obsession, high honor, and empress. So I'm going to start to pull out of this energy, okay? This Ice King showing up as a boss, I feel like this is someone of benevolence to you with real love and soulmate. I feel like this is someone with the Ice King here who has good morals, and they've taken those good morals and they've turned them into their occupation. So what they do for work, they're like a leader, a CEO. They could be like the lead of a law firm, something like this. Okay. I feel like this is someone who has an affinity towards you, or this is just someone who is genuine in how they are going to help you in this case, support you in this case, give you counsel in this case, be a representative for you in this case. Okay. And I know this because when I clarified, I got 2 of Swords and Evil Eye on top of the Thief. So they're going to help block out this person's malevolent intentions that they're trying to send towards you. Okay. So yeah, Ace of Wands, false person, animosity, and justice. Okay. Ascending and 10 of Cups. Okay, y'all. I think that that's enough. I think that that's enough for me. Okay. Let's do Gold Tarot so I can get some final messages here, and then we're going to close this out. Justice, 5 of Wands, Justice to the 5 of Pentacles, Justice, Queen of Swords, and the Moon. Like, okay. Final messages here, please. 3 of Swords reversed. This is what I want to ask, okay? Let me calm down. How does the Divine Collective even know this person? How would the Divine Collective even know who this is? How do they know this person who's going to prison? How do they know this person who's going to prison? Ten of Swords. How do they know this person going to prison? Ten of Swords, Page of Swords. I heard something like, this is out there, okay? But I'm hearing something like maybe you watched them commit a crime. Or like you could have heard through the grapevine. I don't like that. I do not like that, okay? I feel like you could have heard from gossip, and I was saying that earlier, about who this person is or what they've done or how they treated somebody. So you're not involved or connected to this person per se, but you could have heard some form of pro-social gossip, which is where people, when they gossip, they're not trying to tear somebody down. They're actually sharing information that will protect one person to another. And it's still considered gossip, so to speak, because you're talking about somebody, but it's pro-social. I feel here like and wasn't there a flying monkey or some shit? Like I feel here you're going to hear about this person and who they really are. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of the Chopra fella. The Chopra fella who's a spiritual leader who ended up being in the files. That's what this reminds me of. Like they act like they're this like nice guy, or that's a part of their image and their persona. But then like information comes out, rumors spread, gossip spreads, and then suddenly there's this evidence of this person's terrible deeds. Show me here about Page of Swords and 10 of Swords. How do you know this person? Who is this person to you? 5 of Pentacles reversed, 3 of Pentacles reversed. They could be like an old colleague or someone who you no longer run with in the crowd. I feel like they're an old colleague excuse me. They're an old colleague at an establishment that you no longer work at, or these are people, or this is like an organization that tried to recruit you, something like this, right? Because they wanted you to be a victim of this, right? But I feel like you had some previous professional association with these people and you decided to leave it behind. Okay? So it's like some type of former colleague of sorts. How do you know this person? King of Cups. Nice guy, isn't it? I feel like you could have been friendly with this person. You could have like said hi to them around the office, or you could have said just like, like how you just say hi to random people like at the job or on the job. It's like that. How do you know this person? I heard pick that up. Justice in the reversed. Welcome to the temple. Justice in the reversed and the moon card. Okay? The devil and the 3 of cups. So I'm going to leave this here about how you know this person. Okay? I feel like this is somebody who you worked with. And when you got to maybe know them a little bit deeper, or you got to see them outside of the workplace, you noticed that they were a little fucking weird. With the devil and the 3 of cups here, something irked you or something told you like, I don't think that these are my people. I don't think I want to go out with this person again. I don't want to associate myself with this person. I feel here like that was your ancestors telling you to leave, telling you to go, and you honored that. And that is why you get this 10 of discs or this 10 of pentacles here. Okay, that's why you're getting this payout, because I definitely think that this person tried to offer you something. And you were like, oh, no, thank you. I feel like you've definitely been face to face with this person before. Okay. All right. I think that's enough for this evening. I feel like that's enough of a nightmare of a reading. Like that's what I feel like this type of shit is. And at times, like with the hermit energy, literally, y'all, this is why I don't do readings at night all of the time, because this type of malevolent energy is very active right now. And it's not that it's active more so than any other point in history. It's because the light is being shown on this malevolent activity. So it's prominent in collective consciousness. It's prominent in what people are speaking about on a day-to-day basis, what the news is reporting on, what people are talking about on social media. And so, like I said, it's not a negative thing because the light is being shown on it. The sun is revealing this malevolent activity that happens in the dark when people think that they can run rampant in the dark and they're not going to get caught. So this is why sometimes I just don't do readings at these hours, because I don't want to pick up on this energy. Okay? 8 of Pentacles, High Priestess. What? They just showed me 8 of Pentacles, High Priestess. They said, but it's your job. The Wheel of Fortune, I'm a prophecy reader. They're like, but it's your job. I accept. Queen of Discs, I accept. Thank you. It's a privilege. It's a privilege to find. Okay, let's do final messages of support for the Divine Collective, final messages of positivity and support for the Divine Collective, as well as for the Divine Feminine, showing up again with the 10 of Pentacles here, okay? Final messages in support for the Divine Collective, please. 1 or 2 cards. Oh my gosh, please, 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 please. Like, why? It keeps coming out. Abuse, voodoo, and entity attachment. Final messages, please. So I want to close this energy out, please. And moving on. There you go. So I guess I should have been a bit more patient. They want to let you know that you are moving on to divine feminine. You are moving on to a state of bliss, of joy, harmony, and fulfillment, love. And I feel like this comes in as well because you have this 10 of Pentacles. You are awarded this 10 of Pentacles out of this case. So I feel like it actually shifts you into a timeline out of emotional pain that was being caused by all of this abusive root work that these people were doing from their own entity attachments. It has been effectively transmuted, number one, into your bliss, number two, into supreme wealth, and number three, into you moving on. Okay. Final messages in benevolence to the divine collective, please. Gold Tarot. I feel like this person could be a King of Wands. He could be a fire sign. Okay, just putting that out there. This nice guy, I feel like they're either a King of Cups, a King of Swords, or a fire sign. That's how they've shown themselves here. Final messages, please, in benevolence to the divine collective on their protection and their healing. Lovers, wonderful. I feel here like they want to remind you that this is coming to the light because of the very fact that you are so loved by the divine. Because the divine loves you so much, that's why this is coming to the light. Because you do not need to endure any more of this. Like the endurance period of your life is done. And that's why this is coming to the light. So they want you to maintain that respective perspective surrounding it. Okay? And Six of Wands here, okay? Four of Cups, Page of Cups. Number one, they're telling me you're going to realize why a lot of this made sense. I feel like it didn't make sense for you at the time when your ancestors told you to no longer be around this person, to not mess with this person, don't be friendly with this person, don't talk with this person over coffee anymore in the break room, like none of that, okay? I feel like I'm so glad that you listened, number one. But I feel like this is going to put into perspective why your ancestors told you to do that. They're showing me the same energy here of benevolent transmutation with the Ace of Wands of what was making you upset. Five of Cups here. Maybe you would get these waves or these emotional waves of like depression or like melancholy or like fear about loss. They're telling you that this has been effectively transmuted into victory for you. Okay. I'm happy to see that you are blessed so much so to not only move on from this, but to move on from this in a state of bliss and prosperity and wealth and riches. Blessed be unto thee, okay? Okay, y'all. My job here is done. Is that okay, divine? Let me get a confirmation here. My job here is done, divine. Can I close this out? Yes, I can. They're calling me the Empress. So, once more, thank you for joining me at the Temple of the High Priestess, the Empress High Priestess. You can call me Anonnie. Thank you for liking and subscribing. Thank you for donating to the channel, because sometimes when the messages and the channelings get difficult like this, it's a job. You know what I'm saying? So thank you for all of the temple tributes that you all bring to this channel. If you want to know about temple tributes, that information is in the description box. You can buy me something from my Amazon wish list to beautify the temple. You can donate to the channel on my Cash App. You can also send me an email for a private reading. All of those are appreciated, but it's never required because as I said, and as the cards showed you and me, High Priestess, Eight of Pentacles, this is a part of my job. Okay. This is a part of my mission, a part of my privilege of being a high priestess, prophetess connected to the divine. So, Most High Divine Creator, I close out the energy of this reading and I close the portals that I have been looking and peering within and through. Glory be to the highest creator, source, one of all things. I call my energy back to me, detached from remnants, picked up along the way, purified, cleansed, and stronger, and more prosperous and wealthy and loving than ever. Thank you, Divine Creator, for protecting me and protecting my aura, physically and non-physically, in all forms of states and consciousnesses. Thank you, Most High Divine Creator, for your love, your divine protection, your support. Thank you to the divine guides for their guidance, their warnings, their protections, their messages. Thank you, ancestors, as above, so below. Glory be to them as they are in all ways in benevolence unto me. Thank you, Most High Divine Source. I close out these portals once more. Thank you, Ashe. Okay. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one. Do not, I'm going to tell you, honey, do not expect another reading during the night, during this hour. Do not. Unless if the divine tells me to do so. So if you want to catch me live, hit the notification bell. I will see you in the next one, and y'all be good. Bye. Bye. See you.